Hi there, welcome back to Commander Speedy's channel. I'm continuing on with the Alpha 2 demonstrations of the different scenarios. I thought I'd return back to Ethics and Credits. I've been watching some of Kenchu's videos of how he's been doing bounty hunting, and I've also been reading up on the forums learning how to use Fuel Scoop and how to track down people. And in general, I thought I should return back to Ethics and Credits just purely because I think it adds a real great dimension to the game. Well, I say game, to the alpha. I'm finding that I've had a couple of goes with the way that Kenchu is using it, and yeah, it pays dividends. But the whole scenario is a bit odd. It's a bit cat and mouse, as you would expect. There's a bunch of miners mining away, and you can either be the devil guy and go out and shoot the miner, try and collect his canisters if they come out of his ship, and you do that by aiming for certain parts of his ship, and then the idea is to scoop them up, take them off to one of the anacondas who are on the outside skirts of the asteroids, and take the money. But as soon as you do that, you also get a bounty placed on your head, and that's where the other players, as soon as you go and take out one of the one of the mining ships, that's where all the other players jump on your back to obviously collect the bounty. So it's been quite interesting the way this is panning out, because I think a lot of people have clocked onto the fact that it's actually better being a bounty hunter, I believe, than actually being a pirate. However, the rewards I think are slightly better if you do go and collect the canister and then you do go and collect the reward. So in a nutshell, that's what this scenario is all about. So, and here we go, there's a canister of iron ore, so let's go and find where that is and see whether I can show you the fuel scoop. Now initially, when I first played this, I couldn't figure out how to get the fuel scoop going, but that's because you have to bind the key for fuel scoop. Now if you, like me, are running on a custom keyboard setting, it doesn't, when the update happens, the bindings weren't updated with the default key for scooping. So of course I've started off with no fuel scoop capability at all. But here we go. Here's okay, we're actually too late for the scene. I think someone else has come to collect the canister. No, the canister's still there. They are trying to gather what I was intending to come and gather as well. And that is the canister there, and what we do without the aimer being shot down is to press our scoop button, and you'll see on the left hand side where the ship view would normally be on our panel is a nice square box, and the idea is to use that apparently to get the canister exactly in the middle and slowly and as you can see, the radar I think just made a noise, and if I go and look at my stock levels, hopefully, nope, I failed to gather. I don't know what happened there. I believe I was collecting, it's certainly gone. Either I was too slow and somebody else has picked it up, or I destroyed it, which is not good. Let's go back and have a look. No, canister ore is still there. Now I've still got my scoop out, so let's bring this canister around and see whether we can gather. That's precariously close to the asteroid. I certainly don't intend to go and kill myself just for a canister. Ah, actually, that's because it's gone the other side of the asteroid. Thicky. Hopefully we sweep round here. Here we go. And clearly the other ship is still trying to collect this cargo. Oh, definitely don't want to hit the cargo. Oh bum, I did not want to do that. I just clicked the boost, which is definitely not the thing you want to do. So as you can see, I'm finding it extremely challenging to actually make this work. Swing around, let's try again, and I am going to be absolutely amazed if I ever collect one of these things. And I'm going to be really annoyed if oh, that was definitely making new noise. So the idea is to park literally on it, I think. Come on, fuel scoop. Oh. So there you are. So that's off. That's on. Get it in the middle of the radar. Ha-ha! Woohoo! Cargo acquired! So that's what we do. So I'll be quite interested now. Does my... Yeah, it's stolen. I'm clean. So what I actually want to do now is find one of the big ships. Apparently if we fly close enough to one of these big ships, it will actually take the cargo off us for some money. So I've read. Whether that's true or not is a different story. Don't want to get too close. Yay! And I've sold a canister that was floating in space, so free money. So there you go, there's the first ever canister I've ever collected. That's quite good fun. So now I want to have a scout round and see what where else I can make money. Now, what I was seeing is people were just generally flying around scanning each other, playing that cat and mouse game of are people worth many money? So if we look, here we go, we've got Augustine, who's got no record or bounty at the moment in that bottom right hand window. So let's fly around and have a look for somebody else. There's someone close. So we go and look at the person. There's no bounty on that person, so I'm not interested. Well, certainly no bounty on the beacon. Now, one of the things I have noticed with this is obviously from a long distance away you can see people killing each other. So generally if you can see a fight going on, there's usually a reason for that. Obviously somebody's actually going after a bounty of the other and is trying to lock in very quickly to see whether you can catch any of that money that's flying past. And clearly when you get scanned or someone's scanning you, you do see a warning against your screen, so you can quickly tell. Now it's pretty harmless being scanned, but obviously it does reveal whether there is any money on that person. So there's Iron Fist. So everybody's being good at the moment. Everybody's playing that game of waiting. As in one of the forums, they're all waiting like rabbits to come out of the trap, ready to earn some money. Now someone's deployed their weapons. Augustine has. That's just for mining. So it doesn't always necessarily mean they're being aggressive. Now one thing I am actually doing is flying around also without any actual weapons out, purely to show more of a defensive stance, a non-aggressive mode. Now some of these NPCs will have got bounty on them as well, so that's what you're looking for, is anybody with a bounty on their head. And as the previous examples have shown, I'm in my favourite gumball mounted laser 100 credit ship. There is a lot of discussion going on about as to whether gumball mounted lasers are too powerful, and whether there should be some different ways of combating their capabilities. I'm in that camp that I actually love the gumball weapon, purely for selfish reasons. It's a lot easier to fight, a lot easier to take people out, and I actually see a reason for having them, because it is very difficult to shoot people. But also, if the rules change and the game engine were to change for the better, who am I to quibble? There's not a lot of action going on here at the moment, I'm afraid, people. And this is the beauty of this, is not to get too heavily involved straight away, trying to take on things that you can't afford to take in a risk-reward sort of basis. Just hoping one of these will show a bounty. So there's two Augustines, so obviously they are NPCs. Now on the radar I'm hearing that the colours do represent danger and friends. And apparently any shape that is hollow, there are character players, character commanders, and those filled in are NPCs. So here we go. So Iron Fist is fighting somebody here who's got a bounty on their head. So I fancy a bit of that. So I'm going to close in quickly. Got to get in within those 1,000 metres, otherwise there's no point engaging. I might even be too late. So I'm going to stick with Iron Fist. I'm going to direct all my power to the lasers, getting in within range. I think I was too late. And there is a strange moment as to who collects the bounty. Well, certainly it wasn't me. I don't know how it's worked out at the moment. There has been some suggestions for people to figure it out. It would be good to know whether it's the last shot or whether it's a percentage of the actual damage caused. But it's a bit unknown at the moment. So I'm going to stick it out here. I'm sorry if you're bored, you might want to skip along a bit. But basically I am going to stick it out until either the bug occurs and it falls over completely, or whether I get shot out of the sky. There we go, so we're both stalking each other. Quite clear that there's some players here out together at the moment. Just stick my weapons away. I don't want to appear to be a threat at the moment. Let's go and check out the other player. Give him a bit of a scan. Commander Raven. If you actually end up seeing my video, do shout out later on. People are going around taking snapshots of people as well, which is quite interesting, just so they can put it up on the forums to show who's been seeing who in the game. So Mr. Raven, you're the first one really that I've paid any attention to, and there's a lot of buzzing going on as well. There's been a lot of people playing silly manoeuvring games just to experience. Oh, now there's some laser fire going on. And actually there's another canister to be found. Mr. Iron Fist. So we're trying to collect the bounty. Oh! Just out of range, I need to get back in there. No, it's not time for my weapons to overheat. And dipped out, I think, again on the actual bounty. Just too slow. That's unusual. I've been pretty good at this when I've come in before with this weapon. I've usually got in there and made the kill when I've really needed it, even though someone will lurk behind to kill. But this time I've been quite slow. So, yep, someone's collected the cargo that was floating around, so that freebie's gone as well. But the key point here is I haven't taken any damage, hence I can live in this world a little bit longer. And I'm sure there's a way in if this was a real world game, in terms of if this was ever going to be rolled out, there's obviously ways to team play this where you persuade one of your mates to go after the miners, build up a big bounty, and then one of you takes him out. But in this mode at the moment, in this gameplay so far, I don't think that's actually happening. It seems to me that everybody's just waiting for the first person to pull the wrong move. And certainly when I first flew into this mission, I was just shooting anybody, not realising and wondering why every time I came back into the game I'd get picked on. Now, some of the other questions that are going on about at the moment, or discussions, is how to escape somebody who's flying on your tail. There's some discussions on the best way to fly and escape by actually using reverse thrusters. So that means, like I'm showing you now, I'm going into reverse, and notice that in reverse now there's a optimum turning speed as well. And apparently if you get into a fight, if someone's right on your tail, is to slap it into reverse. Oh! And you don't want to fly into an asteroid. Slap it into reverse and have them fly past you, and then get back on their tail has been one of the discussed tactics from people. Now, there's not a lot happening here. I am tempted to just go gun-ho and try and take one of the miners out. But by the time I do that, somebody else will be on my tail. Right, it's another canister. Oh! I'm just having a let's see what there is worth going after. I think the iron ore is still worth going. If I can go and scoop it before others. In fact, I've still got my scoop open. I don't know whether that makes any difference to the flying capabilities. It certainly didn't seem to make any difference. Maybe that was why I was too slow in catching to the that last kill. Maybe that was the difference. Nearly, but not quite. So I'm trying to get this canister. So I've deployed my scoop. Trying to get it before the other ship. Interesting, everybody's praying around it. Let's take it out. Can we take it out? I'm right on top of it. Don't get why my fuel scoop is not coming out. Has it been damaged? Maybe I'm too close. Whee, well that's the end of the cargo. I don't get why my fuel scoop is not participating. think it must be damaged. Hurrah! Here we go. So yes, the game's not as chaotic as it was the other day, but that's because I'm not trying to be aggressive and try to take out any of the miners, and quite clearly every time somebody does do these things they seem to get eliminated quite quickly. Oh, somebody checking me out. Oh, you bugger who's. Someone's definitely got lock on me. Ah, well, that was an easy prey. I was not paying attention at all. Now, in my view, it's very hard at times to figure out whether you're being attacked or not, and that's a prime example where I had no idea, and by the time I realised what was going on, it was too late. Obviously there's an epic battle there going on for some good bounty, so I want to jump straight back in here. I want to jump back straight in the game. Oh, and I think I've just gone in the wrong option.